Good morning. This is Russell Rucker, and I'm here for another constitutional talk. I thought today we get back into the convention. We have our convention painting behind us. And I thought we'd talk a little bit about the setting up of the convention and the rules were at hand. One of the important rules that was initiated was the rule of secrecy. Um, Rufus King, who's in the far panel, seated third from the end. He was the last Federalist elected in the Federalist appointed to be president of the Federalist Party. He was not elected, but he was the last one candidate they fielded. He rose, and he didn't want a record kept of the votes. His basic argument was that if we kept the nays and the A's voted, that it would be difficult for the members who had spoke or voted on it to change their mind or change their opinion. They were concerned that newspapers would get a hold of the votes and they would have a heyday back and forth, and we wouldn't be able to settle anything. And so there was this move for secrecy in the convention, and that was really a primary concern. The other thing about what a secrecy does is it forces them in the meeting to hash everything out and come to some conclusion. The other important thing here that I want to bring up is there was a move from Gouverneur Morris, Robert Morris, and basically the rest of the delegation of Pennsylvania to do away with the Articles of Confederation rules in Section 5 of the Articles of Confederation. And okay, so when you get into Article 5, it says each state shall maintain its own delegates in the meeting of the states. And that's basically what this is. The Constitutional Convention is a meeting of states. And while they act as members of the Committee of States in determining questions in the United States, in Congress assembled, each state shall have one vote. So there was a move by Pennsylvania, and primarily the Gouverneur Morris and Robert Morris, and you know, but they had to have a combined vote to make this motion to begin with. They were in agreement to do away with the one state, one vote. In other words, they wanted each delegate to have a vote. So instead of having the 12 votes of the 12 states present, you would have 55 votes. The problem was Virginia was really opposed to doing this because they thought it undermined the smaller states who had less delegates. And those that had less delegates, they thought there was an inherent unfairness to it. And so Virginia wouldn't go along with them. And it's for that reason that we get into the convention and each state really only has the one vote. It's an important distinction, but it's the way the Continental Congress operated. It's the way the Articles of Confederation operated. So it was really a matter of routine among the different states. So for that reason, they went on with each state only having one vote. And as you move through the Constitutional Convention, you get into the arguments over wealth and population versus each state having an equality in their voting. That's one of the big reasons they're trying to maintain this, and the states are trying to maintain this, and that's why today we have a Senate with an equal number, each state. That's why they are basically voting by states sent to represent the states, where the House is to represent the people. That's where we get into the great compromise. But we argued relentlessly over this for the next 2 to 3 months, 2 months anyway, probably about halfway through the convention before we finally got it settled. But I thought you'd like a little better understanding of the rules in the convention, you know, because it's important to understand as we go through the convention discussing it what's actually occurring. The other thing that was done was just a matter of decorum. For instance, Washington would have to leave first. So at the end of the convention, at the end of each session of the convention, when they would adjourn for the day, Washington would have to file out first before the rest even began to file out. It was a matter of respect and importance to our president of the convention. So I hope you, as we go through the convention, I'm going to try to go through and explain a lot of different things. The nullification they wanted to do, which wound up going into the veto power, and this kind of thing. But I thought to begin with, you'd like to understand the rules, and also the president could was acting as parliamentarian. He was given in the rules the power of parliamentarian, and no one could question his decision. And with that, I hope you have a good day, and I'll catch you next time on the next Constitutional Talk. Bye for now.